what is the basis of your musical theory? Is it everything that's tangible, or is it a deal within the intangibilities? And this is, we're creating a radio show that's going to have the discussions that we have right now, that people's like, well, who are you talking to? We feel that there's a lot of people out there that want to get into the nuances of hip hop and rap music discussion, being it's been around 35, 40 years in itself. For example, somebody might say, well, it's digital, so there's no such thing as generational loss. Yes, the generational loss is not in the in the techno aspect. The generational loss is in the loss of the present generation to connect the same way the initial generation connected. You still got generation loss. Oh, but not in that way. Yes, but it's still a term that befits.
Either they get the big picture, or they're so fixated on this little thing that they miss all the little details that come in between. And those are usually the things you have to really look at to understand what we're doing. But the thing about it is now they go back and they resample something that's been sampled already. So the problem with that is not necessarily that, but it's the connection with the real music is gone. See, at least in the 70s and the late 70s, early 80s, when rappers were doing it, they had real records. You could pick up a Bob James record and say, oh wow, Steve Gadd played the drums on this record. Damn, let me find another record where Steve Gadd played drums on and maybe sample that. Oh wow, Billy Cobham played on this. So, Phil Upchurch played guitar on this record. I love the way he did that. Let me find another record there. Now it's gone, so now you just find, what's that record Biggie sampled? And you don't know, so you go and look it on a website or something, and you find it, you download it, but now the liner notes aren't there. So you don't see that, so now you lose the connection. Well, what made you love the record? What made you love the record isn't what made them love the record.
Right.
They loved the record because they heard it was like, oh, David Porter, I'm Afraid the Masquerade is Over. Damn, that's hot. Great. Somebody samples it now. Yo, Biggie ripped that beat. So now the whole reason why you love the beat is different, and and now you don't care about the original music. And since hip-hop has never really been accepted by most musicians and musicologists as a real art form, the problem arises when we can't even have our own discussions on the musicianship of it. When we don't do this ourselves, it never happens, and if it doesn't happen, we can't validate what we do to anybody else. And then what happens is it becomes this little island that sits over there. It becomes exploited. And and until we take control of that and say, no, this is a valid thing, because bang, 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 and we can present that in a professional way, and in a way that has some validity from other people outside, then you get people to say, oh, okay. I mean, we did the thing, the blues thing with Mark Levin.
Yeah, Martin Scorsese's
project, and we were playing with Muddy Waters band that did Electric Mud. And the first thing they, I mean, they knew Chuck obviously, but when I walked in, I was introduced as a DJ. So the DJ is the enemy of real musicians. You understand? So these guys are old school. They're like, oh, he's a DJ, and they purposely shunned me on purpose a little bit. I think they were just doing it just to have fun with me, but they wanted me to prove that I belonged to be. They really did. And you know what? I've made some lifelong friends because of that. And I played with Pete Cozy, phenomenal guitar player, played on Electric Mud, played on Herbie Hancock's Future Shock, played with Miles Davis, Electric Period. And I play in Pete's Miles Davis alumni band. I play percussion, and I scratch with him. And I scratch, we did So What, the jazz standard. But it didn't start with piano, and it didn't start with a horn. It started with me scratching. And everybody's like, what? And and that was just Pete just said, Juice, so what? It's on you. 1, 2, 3, and it's like everybody's like, including me. I'm like, I didn't know I was gonna start the song off on this particular gig. But the ability to do that is based on the knowledge that most people doing hip hop today just don't have.